Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to round 27 of the ANZCAR Cup and round 2 of the chase. I'm joined here tonight with, as usual, the button pusher, Mr. Matt Hunter. Good evening, Matt. How are you tonight?
I'm very good, thanks, Mark. It's good to have you along here tonight. Unfortunately, Carl couldn't make it tonight, but we've got Mark in tonight, and yeah, looking forward to this one, especially after the good race last night.
Yeah, I believe it was a pretty clean race and hard fought. And Mr. Foster come away with the win, I believe.
He did indeed, yeah. Yep, it was plenty of action all throughout the field, so hopefully we see similar with the different type of car. We're good to see action all up and down through the field.
Yeah, it should be a good race here tonight. So just quickly, we'll jump in and have a talk about these guys in the chase. So we've got quite a few guys. Andrew Dyson, of course, is leading the chase, but that's only by 27 points over Mr. Foster.
7 points, yeah.
7 points, sorry.
That's right.
That's right. I've got the wrong glasses on. I've got my distance glasses on. Haven't got my reading glasses on. So it's very tight at the top. And then again, 7 points behind Ed is Brendan Hobson. So those three are really going at it. And also tied in third spot is Jason Martin. So Matt, it's shaping up to be a real tight chase. But in saying that too, I believe probably 6 or 7 guys can still win it from here. And we are only in week 2.
Yeah, I think looking at those points, which are up on the screen at the moment, top 7 definitely. Neal Pearson's, is going to be strong. He's only down there because he had technical issues last week, which sort of took him out of the running, which was a big blow to his chances. I think Luke is away overseas at the moment, so he won't be a contender. But yeah, everybody had good, strong starts last week, and it's certainly shaping up to be very hotly contested. And there's definitely some bogey rounds coming up. Bristol next week, and Talladega is always one that can really change the points.
Yeah, they're both how do you say, a voodoo track, or some guys don't like them. Other guys absolutely love those tracks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Bristol next week because it's another short track, a 200 lap race. So, and tyre wear there is normally pretty high. So we'll have to wait and see what this new tyre model and everything does there. Tonight, the tyre wear doesn't seem to be a factor. It's going to be more of a tyre temp issue again tonight. I've spoken to a couple of the drivers, and they're saying after about 11 laps, that right front really gets sticky, and they get a nice big push in the cars in the turns. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And it's shaping up to be a mid-track to a high-track racetrack. So we'll just have to wait and see how we go. Fuel-wise, it's probably about 50 laps on fuel, Matt, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. It's fuel loads have been adjusted just to try and do away with the fuel saving side of the races, but of course you can't control when a caution is going to come out, and a caution could come out and turn it into a fuel saving race at any time. But yeah, so we're looking at definitely 2 stops tonight, around 50 laps for a tank of fuel. So it's going to be up to drivers on what sort of strategy they use when they go to pit, but we should be seeing 2 pit stops at least.
Yeah, definitely. And just looking at the live timing at the moment, Matt, we've got Jaden Russell sitting there on top. He had a pretty good run last week, but I believe he finished outside the 10. But his fastest time there has been a 23.9. Daniel Hertenscheid is 31.6, and Mr. Foster sitting in third at the moment in this warm-up session with a 31.66. So what's that? A hundredth of a second between second and third at the moment. So definitely shaping up to be going to be a good race with these top guys in this chase.
Yeah, it's very, very competitive, very, very close throughout the field. I mean, I'm sort of having a little look at all the data just in practice, and yeah, you're right. Sort of, Jaden's around that 31.3 mark, and I mean, 18th place, 19th place is 31.7. So, half a second between the top 19 spots just in the warm up. Certainly means we're
Yeah,
probably going to have a really close race.
there's a couple of guys there that I'm pretty sure they've joined, but haven't set a time yet. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're just going to sit at the back and not set a time here. But
Well, they don't need
they've
to, yeah.
actually. Sorry, sorry, I'm reverting back to my. These guys have already set their qualifying laps, so
Yep.
they're locked in.
Yeah, so there's already been a server for qualifying. So qualifying's all done. Qualifying order's all set. This is just the 10-minute warm up, and once that's done, they will, it'll jump onto the qualifying grid.
Yeah, definitely. And I've been able to tie down a couple of drivers, so we may be able to cross to a couple of drivers live tonight, Matty, under a caution. I know some guys don't like doing it. The one person that I wish was out there tonight is Brad Allison. He's always good for a chat under caution and a laugh, and he's one person that gives us honest opinion on the way the things are going for him. So we'll see. We've got Matty Raymond and Lachlan. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name.
Yep.
Urquio, the pilot of the 83 and the 42 car. They've already said that they're happy to come up and have a chat with us. So we'll see if we can get them up through the race. So practice is over, and Jaden Russell top there. So we go through the field here. So we got Josh Micklemore and Andrew Dyson on the front row. No surprise there. Brendan Hobson, Jaden Russell, teammates in the second row. Barry Neal and Daniel Herdeshield in the third row. Jason Martin, Ruben Phelps, and that's a really good qualifying from Ruben. So they both share the fourth row. Neil Pearson, he'll be looking to have a good better night than he did last night, and Wayne Burke. Lachlan in the Mitre 10 Racing, and Matthew Raymond in the Mobile Brake and Mechanical out of South Australia. Tom Freer, Norman Clark, the gentleman racer of the series. Stevie Dubb and Ed Foster out of on row 8. Ryan Jones and Raymond Jagger. Ryan had a couple of good runs there a couple of weeks back, so that'll be interesting to see where he can get to from there. Nobby Tompkins, Nigel Patton out of on row 10. Dave Douglas and Michael Skurlock on row 11. So that's unusual for them to be that far back. And rounding out the field is Jamie Nankervis and Darren Lobb. So, Matt, I believe I would probably... I'm going to put my money on one of the DPR cars, but I'm not going to say which one.
Yeah. If I was putting money on a car, you put me on the spot. I'm going to say one of the Synergy Racing guys, one of Hobson or Russell. Or I think Wayne Burke is on that team as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, Abigail, good evening to you. As the pace car pulls off, we will go green here we go. And we're green. Josh has got a good run on the inside, but Dyson sticks hard to him on the outside. So we'll see how we fare here with this track. By the looks of it, Micklemore has been able to get a nice good run through 1 and 2 and comes out of 2 with a 4 or 5 car lengths. Going further back, have we all settled down? Yes, it looks like we're all getting pretty close to single file.
Just a bit of 3 wide action there around about
Yeah.
the Stephen Williams green car there. They all made it through, that's good.
I know the radio lit up there a bit. Nobby might have got a bit close to Ed there for a minute, but back up the front, we got Barry trying to make a move for third, and he makes that move nicely for third. So he's trying to make a move on Dyson here, and it's got to be a brave person that tries and get down on that low line and make that low line work early. Now Barry's been left by himself down there, so that's not going to help him.
No.
Jason Martin's decided the high line's the place to be, and Barry Neal has slipped up into second place. Barry's quick when he's on fresh tyres, but he's the first to admit that he just struggles a little bit to make that long tyre wear last for him. So we'll see where he goes and gets how far he can get on this set of tyres. Remembering that around lap 40, they really start to drop off with the heat.
Yeah, and I think as the run goes on, you're probably going to see the drivers progress right up to that top lane. So I think if you're going to make any passes, you have to do it early in the run before the tyres sort of get that heat into them. So I think Barry knows that. He's been pretty aggressive and working his way up to the front there. And it'll be interesting to see if he sticks to that low line for the whole run, or whether now that he's out front and got clear air, whether he'll start moving up to the top. But it does look like he's sticking down low for now.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely trying to take a typical line where he's up high, then cuts down across the apex, and then lets the car drift back out high.
Just drop back down through the field. Have a look and see Foster. Unusually low qualifying position for Foster, so no surprise to see him making a big charge up. He was pretty fast in the practice session before qualifying, so he's obviously just had a bad qualifying lap, but he is now up to 11th from 16th, so I'm not surprised to see him being pretty aggressive to get some passes done as well.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, it's unusual, and he won't be happy with that, but Ed's been around for a while. He'll just settle down and slowly work his way forward. Who else have we got? That's a big gaggle of cars there. They really need to sort themselves out.
Yeah, they're still too wide. Getting pretty close there.
Jamie Nankervis is Ruben Phelps. That's unusual to see. Ruben's dropped way back from where he started.
Yep. Yeah, Noddy in the 80 was just in the wall there, but it's still going. Didn't lose too much time. Dave Douglas is also another one there, making a bit of a charge.
Sherlock.
But yeah, I shouldn't say anything, because the last time I said something about Dave, I put the literal commentator's curse on him. As I was talking him up, he crashed.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave him be there at the moment. I won't say too much about the number 10 car. As we see the 707 in the wall. Oh, everyone's done a good job of getting around him there.
It looked like Dave and Skurlock was going to get in together there, but Dave got right down on that inside pole. So no harm, no foul. So Matt, I think this may be a bit of a nice little road train for the first 90 laps before we to that first pit stop, and then I think we'll see the heat turn up on the race.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we're probably looking at around about that lap 50, as I say, with fuel, so we'll just need to confirm that, obviously, with the run when people put in, but yeah, we're probably looking around about that lap 50.
Yeah, I also wonder tonight, I don't know if you can throw up our little weather forecast. What's the name there, Matt?
Yep. Weather graphics. Yep, it's up there.
Yep. So the temperatures are fairly hot. It's 29 and the track temp's 41. So it's going to be interesting to see if anyone does decide to use the old right tyres only in that first stint. Because as I said, a lot of people have said to me it's that right side that is really taking the heat, and it's not so much tyre wear, it's just the heat in the tyres. So we may see some guys trying to get a bit of a more of an undercut with that, and
Yeah, as we see McLemore in the Jason Martin in the 21 there, looking to try and make the move. If it's anything like the car was last night, there were a lot of sliders, slide job moves thrown to get past, and it was kind of sort of needed. You just kind of need to get up there enough to be able to slide up in front of the car in front of you.
yeah. But Dyson won't want to slot down any much further than this. Although he's hanging tough there on the outside line.
You can see the because they're battling side by side. You can see that Russell was able to sort of clear a little bit of a gap and pull away there. So I think Jason's decided that he can't get the pass done at the moment. So he's just sort of backed off and jumped back into line and look after the car a bit more.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there's a few guys getting down on that inside curb and trying to catch that, make that little bit of a gap up that they got. I personally have found that doesn't really help you a great deal. It tends to unsettle the car a little bit, and just with these diffusers on them, when you come back on the actual banking, it tends to hit the diffuser a little bit and washes a bit of speed off. So
yeah, I'm
and
not
here
too.
we go. We looks like we may go 3 wide here behind Lachlan.
Yeah, they're definitely battling pretty hard down the pack, which is great to see. There's good racing. I'll just hold my breath for a sec. Oh, the 10 car just got a bit tight there, pushed up a bit, but I think we got away with it. But yeah, it's good battling all through the pack. As I see that my timing lights up as Foster and Neal Pearson are battling. For Neal is in 8th position at the moment, Edward in 9th.
And just looking further up, we've also got Wayne Burke having a nice little ding-dong battle with Daniel, but he's decided that enough's enough and he's sliding. Caution.
Okay.
Totally missed on
Yeah, my data's saying that maybe Raymond Jaeger. He is in the pits
yep.
already, so let's have a look and see. Oh, let's see if I can grab a replay of it. He's already there.
Touches the wall by the looks of it, just skims that outside wall. But there's a little bit of talk on the radio there about Nobby and Dave Douglas, so I don't know what happened there.
Maybe it wasn't. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Just keep an eye on the cars and whether they're pitting or not.
Yeah, there's a heap of tyres coming into the pit lane. Jaden Russell, Josh Mickelmore, Dyson, Martin, Hedershed, Pearson, Foster, Hobson, Williams. So they're all coming into the pits.
Yep.
Are they going to all take tyres?
Pretty busy pit lane.
Yeah, very busy
right side's
pit lane.
Definitely. Foster, I think, is fuel only. And the cars at the front of that queue there look like they've taken 4 tyres. But I would say Foster has probably taken right sides only or fuel only. Sorry, fuel and right side tyres only, or just the fuel only and save a set of tyres.
I'll just go back and have a look there.
Yeah, wasn't able to find what
Yeah,
caused that caution, but
Foster's definitely only taken the right side tyres there and fuel.
it's pretty unusual that yeah.
So that's given Foster a big jump of that pit stop. So uh, what's he's jumped,
He's in third place now, yeah.
yeah. So
Yep.
he's jumped almost 7 spots.
Were you able to have a look and see if he's taken
No.
right sides
Yeah,
only?
yeah. Ed's definitely only taken
Yep.
rights only. So um, we've seen that him do that the week before the chase start, and it didn't work for him. So um, as you said, most of these other guys in front took the 4 tyres. So
Hmm.
let's see what happens here tonight for Ed.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. Track position. Once if he can hold on enough for the tyres to even out, he should still be up there in the running. And of course, there's only 2 cars that didn't pit. That's the first 2 cars of Neal and Burke. But I think at this early stage of the race, I think it's a good gamble. He's still got time if it doesn't go well. So we're
Yeah,
looking at probably 110 laps when we go back to green roughly. So if you split that up, it's 55 laps a stint. So yeah, you're probably still going to need 2 pit stops from here anyway.
yeah, be very close to it. But as you said, the fuel saving is or fuel levels being played with a little bit to try and stop that fuel save, and definitely wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
So the caution, the lights are still on the pace car, so everyone will be trying to catch up fairly quick. A fairly long pace laps here. That's typical of a mile and a half track, or 2.14 kilometres, I think it is. I'm sorry, I, I've got way too many American friends, and I still work in Imperial. So forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. I will double check that for you in kilometre wise. 2.414 kilometres. So lights are out in the pace car, so we should go green next time by.
Yep, cars are forming up. Sorry, I was just grabbing a drink there.
So these rules, in the restart zone, you've got to stay within 5 mile of the pace car speed. You can't speed up or slow down. So
Yeah, and you're looking for that Geico zone, which will be on the right of the orange car at the front there. They've
yep,
got a
and
restart
on
in
the
that blue.
wall,
There we are there. That's that
and there we
blue
go.
restart zone. A good jump from
That would have
Barry.
been he would have held them very closely to the green flag. So um, just going back through the field, and we're back to 2 by 2 further through the field, and everyone's trying to sort themselves out again. Let's hope we can get back into some good running, because
Yeah,
cautions normally breed cautions.
they do, and my timing screen is just lighting up like crazy. There are cars going backwards and forwards, changing
We're three
position.
wide. Sorry,
Three
it's
wide.
three
It's
three
yeah.
wide with
Look at this.
Sherlock
Phew.
and Brenda Hobson. So they've
It's
now settled down.
and once again, I don't really know where to look. It's all over the show, so I'm just sort of jumping around to give everybody a bit of an idea of the action all through the field. That's right, yeah, Edward
And
Foster has taken over the lead as well.
yeah, and Barry's dropped. He's now back
Yeah,
in the. Oh, he's a long way
those,
down.
yeah, Barry and Wayne Burke are really struggling on those old tyres.
Yeah,
They're just dropping like a stone. But, you know, they're saving another set of tyres up their sleeve for late race cautions.
yeah. I kind of sort of think that's probably the wise thing to do. But as you said too, Matt, you really got to get to the front quickly here, so you don't end up possibly going a lap down if these guys sort themselves out. And you can see a bit of a split there from those front guys.
Yeah, I think it will even out. The tyre wear will drop off. Oh, as Barry very sideways there. Oh, good drive from the 22 to save it there. The back of the car really kicked around there, and he saved it. And good awareness from the 99 of Lob as well to check up and not run into the back of the 22 who was drastically slower.
Yeah. Ryan there in sitting in 8th place, he's kind of sort of in no man's land. He's probably still just in the draft of Daniel, but yeah, he needs those guys behind him to try and catch up and get him back to that lead train.
As we see, it's Michael Skurlock.
Yeah, the only one on the low line there.
He's trying to make the move for 3rd position, take it away from Jason Martin. It's a good view of the big chops on the front of Skurlock's car there.
That's a scary sight when that car's coming up behind you.
Yeah. He's also looking to see if he's got past Martin, but he's trying to get past Micklemore as well now. It's pretty even, side by side. We've got a side drafting into the corner, just trying to slow the 31 down a little bit, just to be able to get up. And there's an example of a slide job there, where Micklemore has Skurlock was able just to slide up in front of the 31 of Micklemore.
And Ed's slowly edging out to a half-second gap, but it's just come down. Skurlock's got a good run there on and it was out to 0.3 of a second, and it's now down to 0.2. So he gets a run through that, closes up through that mid corner, but Ed's able to pull away at the start, coming out of the corner. So very, very interesting to see how this goes. We're going to have a change to 3rd place.
Yep. There's Martin and Micklemore teammates, of course, battling side by side. I would say that normally being teammates, you would see them give each other a bit more room, but I've seen the Mitch boys race each other pretty hard at times. So.
Well, I tell you what, I wouldn't be giving any room to a teammate at the moment in the chase, because they're sitting 4th and 5th. Oh, excuse me, just had a sneezing fit then.
So we're just watching that. We'll just see what happens with this battle here, and then we'll sort of jump down the field a bit and sort of catch up and see how everyone's running down there.
They seem like they've settled in. They want the whole track to themselves, so they don't want to let anyone pass.
No.
Dyson's starting to catch up and come back towards the front.
Yeah, that's the danger of running side by side.
The other person that I hope we don't put the mock, or I don't put the mock on, is Ed's teammate Daniel Hodershow. He had a pretty good start to the chase last week, and he's sitting in 7th at the moment. So he's another quiet achiever.
Yeah, he's having another good solid run, and that's what you need at this stage of the chase. Really, you just need to be putting in good solid runs and banking good points. Top 5, top 10 if you can, because you know that other drivers are likely to have a little bit of misfortune and sort of cost themselves a bit of points. So, yeah, if you can be nice and consistent, it's definitely going to go a long way to helping.
Yeah, definitely. Just another change there in position for 9th and 10th. Tom Freer, nice run around the bottom for about a lap. So he's taken 9th place off Jones in the Skittle years.
Kyle Skittles car, yep. So one of our championship contenders that's had been pretty strong throughout the year, Hobson, he is currently in 10th spot. Kind of sort of stuck there at the moment. Not sure if it's just a lack of pace or there's a bit of strategy going on there, but he's not alone back there because in 13th place, Pearson, a couple of drivers you expect to see up near the front more, so might just be
definitely
looking after their cars a little bit.
Yeah, and those guys that Barry and Burke, they've dropped down to 15th and 16th position, and I guess that they're thereabouts and have to just wait and see what this race throws up to them, and maybe they'll come back when they get onto that fresher set of tyres. As you said, Matt, they're saving that for that end run.
Yeah, yep. I think we're gonna see them possibly pit probably another 20 laps or so at most. I would think that they'll be probably pitting. So if it keeps going green, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of happens there, and they'll definitely have a big speed advantage. And yeah, I'm always very interested to see how these alternative strategies play out.
And we've got Dave making a move on Nobby Tompkins down through the tri-oval. Nice and easy. Well, Nobby's decided to fight back a little bit, but Dave's finally got that position.
He's got them clear. Yeah, and that's another one as well. Dave was, that first round, he was really charging. Really charging up to the front. I don't know if they would have been... I'm just trying to do a bit of sums in my head. So I think we went sort of back green. There might have been sort of 110 laps left to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could make it on fuel, but maybe they can. Maybe they're trying to fuel save a bit to see if they can one-stop it from here to the end.
We've seen what happened last week. I can't remember who it was. Was it Hobson that actually ran out of fuel as he crossed the strike there?
That's the line, yeah. Second? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just a little bit distracted. I'm just trying to work out how Skurlock is now in 7th spot. That's highly unusual.
He may have just got stuck on that low line by himself, mate, and not been able to do anything.
Yeah, I'll go back
with it.
Let me see if I can go back a little bit and just sort of see if we can sort of see anything. Let's try and pick him up when he was in second. Yeah, it's whatever's happened has happened a long time ago, so...
Yeah, but you know what Skurlock's like. He may have just decided, hang on, these tyres are starting to get a bit hot, and just backed off a little bit, so he's there at the end.
Yeah, maybe. Very unusual. Because he was right there in second, and then we come back and have a look up the front, and he dropped down to 7th, so... As we see, Daniel Headshot in the 035 makes the pass on Martin in the 21.
Ed's now got a nice little lead over Micklemore, 1.1 seconds. So Ed may be driving to a number, so what if we stopped 110 left, so that'll see him around lap 60, 70, that it should be due for the next pit stop.
Yeah, so we went back green probably around about 21-ish laps, so maybe 71. If they're going to try and split in half, then probably sort of 75-ish. Yeah. Oh, we just have to wait and see.
So, just so people know, they've got the one set of tyres that they start on, and they've got another 2 sets.
Another 3 sets.
Another 3 sets.
Yeah. So you've got 4 sets of tyres in total, and you want to try and keep yourself a set up your sleeve for the end, because if you run out of tyres, that's it. You can't reuse the ones that you've done before. You're stuck on that last set of tyres for however long the race has got left to go.
And
And
honestly, mate, I don't think I'd want to put a used set of tyres on around here.
no, and we have seen it in the past where late race cautions have come out and a driver has managed to save a set, and so they chuck those on, and all of a sudden they're 1.5 to 2 seconds a lap faster than everybody else. So you get a a quick little 2 to 5 lap run at the end, and you got fresh tyres, and you're 2 seconds a lap faster than everybody else, and the field's condensed. You usually end up doing pretty well if you can get through the traffic.
Yeah, I think it was the week before the chase started. We seen Ruben do that. He stayed out stayed out longer than anyone else, and he was able to caution.
Maybe Ryan Jones. See if we can catch up with him. Oh, yep, Jones's car is spun around there. Let's see if we can see what's caused that to happen. Just grab a replay. Oh,
Looks like it may have just broken loose on him, and
oh yeah, Dave's got loose off the front. Yeah, and Ryan's had to take avoiding action, and that's unfortunately set Ryan off as well. And he's just locked it down there, and those set of tyres will be used up now. But yeah, if we have another look at this, jump up to the blimp view here. That's not very good, unfortunately. But we can see the 10 car of Douglas has got loose off turn 4. We see it there, and he's clipped the wall. And then the 11 car's kind of had to check up and take avoiding action, and it's unsettled the car, and he's just unfortunately lost control.
And we've also had Neal Pearson spin under caution.
Yeah, okay, I'll just have a little look here. I'll just follow Pearson for a bit and see what's happened there.
That's just slapped on him.
Oh. He's going along there. Oh, no, he's been hit. Is it net code? The 707's come flying past. Oh, lordy. That is... Let's have a look at the blimp view here. That's highly unusual. Let's have a look.
And the bad thing is that Neal's had to tow.
Yeah, it's net coded and broken the wheel. You can just see the wheel. It's fine, and then the wheel's just decided to break. So Neal's been checking up for the caution, but the car coming past hasn't checked up, and he's avoided him at the last second, and he's just clipped him. Although it doesn't look like he's actually clipped him on the thing, but it's net coded it. It's wow.
That is going to hurt Neal's chase. Like he had that issue last week with tech issues, and then tonight you might as well say it's another tech issue with netcode, because you can clearly see there that car did not touch Neal's car
not
at all.
Wow, that is so unlucky.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think that may be Neal's chase done.
Yeah. It's going to be really, really hard for him to come back from that, because he's going to lose a stack of points again tonight. Hopefully they can get that car repaired and he can get back out and not lose too many. But he's going to lose a stack of points, and it's going to make his chase. It's going to be very hard for him to get back up there now. But that's the beauty of the chase. It's it's a battle to get into the chase, and then it resets, and it's a new battle for 10 races, and you need a little bit of luck and needs good speed and stuff. But oh geez, that's desperately unlucky that.
Yeah, definitely. Lights are out, so we will go green this time, boy. And Mr. Dave Douglas, after that little bit of a scare a couple of laps ago, finds himself sitting out there in the front.
He's doing alright. I won't say he's doing well because that puts the caution on him, puts the mocker on him. But he hasn't pitted, has he? I'm showing
No,
him only as one, so he'll be there on old tyres. So 29 lap old tyres for Dave.
he can get a good run and then get up in front of these guys up in the high line if they want to play nice with him. But we can see
Yeah.
Foster and Dyson just say, see you later, Dave.
Yep.
Start going back. And now, wreck in the back. It looked like maybe Matty Raymond.
Might be Noddy involved in that one. It's hard with Matty Ray's and Noddy's cars are the same paint livery.
Yeah, it's just the numbers are different.
Right, let's have a jump in and see if we can get a quick little repair on that. I think Noddy's car's done.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got a broken suspension in it. So have a look here. Keeping an eye on that number 80 car there just to see what happened. Oh, there's a bit of a squeeze. He's pushed up and he might have just got tied off the exit of the corner and it's gone up into the 86 car. And then everybody else has been trying to avoid. Most of the cars have done a pretty good job of avoiding it.
So unlucky. Nobby's been one of those guys that has improved out of sight this year. And a little bit of unfortunate act there.
Yeah, he's just come up there. He might have just got tied off the exit of the corner and he's sort of pushed up there. And unfortunately, the 86 is there. And it's caused caution. Can't fault the 86 on that.
No. Well, Matt, we've been able to get some radio contact with the pilot of the 83 car, Nobby's teammate. You got a copy there, Matt?
Yeah, g'day boys, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Not a good night there for your teammate. Just got caught up there in that last caution.
Yeah, unfortunately, that happened right in front of me. It scared the jeebus out of me a little bit, but a bit unfortunate for him. He's going to have to park it by the looks, but it happens since racing. Yeah,
that's it. At least it's not a big repair bill. You hit your escape and come back next week. Mate, how's the race going for you tonight? You know, you're just sitting back there in that 10th, 11th, 12th spot. Plans for the night, run long?
Yeah, we got long term in mind. We got Lockie working with us in the 42 car tonight. So, yeah, we're just sort of chilling out and seeing what happens. We sort of, with us too, it seems quite aggressive early on, and we're just going to wait and see what happens. We don't know if it'll be another yellow or not, but if it goes green, it'll be one stopper to the end, and we'll see what we've got for them by then.
Yeah, definitely. All right, mate, we'll let you get back to it. Good luck, and almost say congratulations. Maybe I'm seeing things. Mate, good luck, and hopefully we can have a chat after the race with you getting your podium.
Yeah, too easy, boys. Thank you.
Thanks, Matty, for joining us. Well, there you go, Matty Raymond. Longevity, one more stop for the race. He should be able to do the one more stop, I think, Matt.
Yeah, I think so as well. Everybody's kind of on the same strategy as well. Everyone sort of pitted around the same time at that previous caution. Everyone except for Dave Douglas. Dave Douglas is 33 laps into his stint here, and everybody else is only 5 laps into the stint.
Yeah, but I know we almost had a caution straight away. Dave just seemed to be able to hold that car up there a little bit better than Barry and Hobson was able to do in that first one.
Yeah, yep, he was. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that works out. I do expect him eventually, as if we get another long green run, he'll probably drop back down the field. But yeah, he's going to be on a different strategy for tyres and stuff. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, just going through the field. Jones has just come back out of the pits, so he's got some repairs done. Everyone else's car seems to be okay, but we've still got Neal Pearson in the pit lane. Don't know if we'll see him back out tonight. Let's hope he does, and he can get some points.
I would
And
say
Tom Freer.
I'd say he's repairing at the moment. Just having a quick look at the back of his car. I'd say if he was expecting to get back out, he'd be repairing, which I think he is. I think if he was out for the race, he probably would have jumped out of the car. So I think he will come back out and try and do some more laps and pick up some more spots and points.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, he's already 7 laps down, so yeah, it's not going to be real good for him. But lights are out on the pace car again, so we will go green this time by.
We might jump up into the blimp view for this one, just to get a bit more camera for all the action.
Never like it when these guys close up like that side by side. And Neal's and Foster's got a great jump there.
Yeah, another good jump from Foster there. Of course, he is actually looking to sweep the week. As we said, Dave Douglas and the 10 just go high there, and other cars sort of getting past. Foster won the truck race on Monday night, and he won the Thunder race at the Kansas track here last night as well. So if he can win tonight, he'll pull off the sweep for the week.
Yeah, and mate, I really don't think there was anything wrong with Spurlock. He's got a great run there.
I think he might have, I reckon he might have had a half spin off the corner or something, and that sort of cost him his positions. Yeah, but
the squeeze happens.
3 wide squeeze there. Yep. These are all chase contenders here: the 350, the 88, and the 21. I was going to see another squeeze here. Oh, she gets squeezed off the end of that corner for the 21. They all do a really good job of staying off each other there.
I really don't like that because tyre temps would come down a little bit. So when you go into there, you're just not 100% sure what your tyres are going to do.
No. I've seen the 21 drop down the field quite a lot, so not sure if he's got an issue or he's doing a little bit of fuel saving, but unusual to see him drop down there, but yeah. And we see the 10s drop down now to 18th position.
The other person there in that shot there was Jamie Nankervis. He was unlucky to miss the chase this year. It's his really first hard charge at ANZCAR this year. So definitely looking forward to seeing him again next year. But I know our focus has been on the chase. But it also, these guys are running for, I think you said earlier, Matt, to finish in the top 20 to guarantee you a spot at Daytona next year.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the rule is, and we obviously probably haven't decided that yet, but generally if you're in the top 20 in points in the previous year, there will be a little bit of an easier road to qualify for the Daytona 500 that starts the season in the next year. If you're prepared to do a full season and run and get in the top 20, then there should be some reward for that. So yeah, we always like to look at trying to do something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And look, to be honest, I think that's probably the fairest way to do it. I know that we're looking at doing something like that next year, but we don't start with Daytona. We go elsewhere first. So I mean to say, it's a good incentive to keep racing through the chase to get yourself into that 20. So you are almost guaranteed a spot.
Yeah, and I think it gives the guys now running between 11th and 20th. It gives them something to drive for. They are actually racing each other You know, if you don't make the top 10, that your season's not over. There's still plenty to drive for.
Yeah, well, I mean to say, the guys that are just outside the chase was Matty Raymond, Darren Locke, Paul Jackson, and Gary Willman, and Stevie Dubb. They're all within 20 points of each other, and like Jamie, as I said, is sitting in 20th, so he definitely wants to make sure he gets cements a spot in that top 20. So there's plenty to still be battling for.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing good battles throughout the field.
And it's probably does them a little bit well too, where there isn't as many cars turning out, which is a shame. I mean to say, if you commit to a season, I think you should do the whole lot. But that's my view. I'm not saying anything bad about anyone. With the few lesser cars, it gives the guys there in that, as you said, 11 to 20th, a chance to run a little bit harder with guys, a few lesser guys around them. So it also helps with the racecraft.
Yeah, it's always good to get laps under the belt. Yeah, just having a little look here now, just focusing on this battle around about the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Comment from Neal in the chat, which I agree with. Neil saying, end of the day, net code or not, shouldn't have been running at 260 km/h into turn 3 under caution. I would probably have to agree with that. With the caution, even though if there's not any cars around you, when the caution comes out, you should still slow down for the possibility that a car could come out of anywhere in front of you. So, yeah, unlucky Neil.
That must be through Facebook, is it?
Yeah, yep. Sorry, it was Facebook message. One day I'll have to figure out how to get all the messages all into one chat.
I'm just looking at Jaden here. He's not sitting there nice and fifth.
Pretty settled, yeah. Everyone's sort of quite settled at the moment.
Barry's
Dyson
making a move under Skurlock there.
Of course, Barry will have those new tyres now, and a set of tyres up the sleeve as well. So having only made one pit stop so far. No surprise to see him working his way back up. He had really good pace at the start of the race and on fresh tyres, and now he's got another set of fresh tyres. He's working his way up.
Yeah. Looks like Neal's made it back out, so that's one good thing. I don't know if you said that before there, Matt, but Neal is back out on the pits.
Yeah, he's
back out on the track.
Yep, so he's 16 laps down now, but he's already made up 2 positions, so Neal's just probably just going to circulate around there now and pick up as many spots as he can from people dropping out, and pick up his points and try and limit the damage as much as he can.
Oh, Dave Douglas just dropped out there, has he?
Yep, I'm showing. Dave. Yeah, Dave has dropped out on timing, so that will be eventually in 14 laps time. Neal will probably pick up a position there as well, another point. And Jason Martin has dropped right back, so he is now 19th. He is the last car on the lead lap, and he is running 33.4 that last lap compared to a 32.7 from the leader. So I've got to think he's fuel saving.
Yeah, but being out by his lonesome, it's not going to save him a lot. Like
just have a little bit of a listen.
Definitely not 100% throttle, and he's backing out of it. But yeah, I don't know.
Probably lifting a bit earlier in the corners and rolling, but the how far he is behind, he's got to be doing something, or some damage to the car that we just can't see. But if we jump on board with, yeah, the camera's alright, with Dyson here. So this is Dyson in second position. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems pretty weird that.
Well, I just seen a brake lock up there. I just oh. I think it was Jones again. Got heavily into the outside wall coming through the triangle, and very lucky to keep it going. Sorry, Jones it was.
Yep, no, you're right. That's alright. Talking to Ryan last night, he said he got into the wall. He lost count of how many times he got into the wall there, so struggling with that again tonight.
So he's becoming quite familiar with that outside wall.
And we see there Pearson, obviously nice new fresh tyres, blasting past the field, and yeah, he will probably get one of his laps back in a moment. Yeah, Pearson in the 9 there is just lap car, 16 laps down on the leaders currently.
The unfortunate thing with the internet, some tech issues and guys falling out of the server. I'm just watching here. I'm wondering if Dyson will try and give Neal a push to Foster, and that'll work in two ways. No, there's too big a gap. Neal's not hanging around to help, try and help his teammate to close in the leader.
Whoa. Seems a good racing going on here between Barry Neal,
That side.
Hedeshite, Russell, and Micklemore. Oh, jeez. Yep. Barry gets a little bit tight off the corner there and comes up. No contact. Yeah, Neal's not hanging around. Neal's gone. So all pretty settled at the for the most part at the moment. Cars kind of all just settling in really and working their way towards that next pit stop, which for some drivers may be the last or maybe the first of two more to do.
I think a lot of them will try and get home from here, and if they can, save that set of tyres in case there is a late race caution. Yeah, it's a hard one. Hard one to pick and say what's going to happen, because as you said, Matt, everyone's just settled into a nice little rhythm at the moment.
Yeah, I just don't have enough experience with seeing these cars, what's happening, whether this is genuine drop in pace or whether people are dropping pace because they're trying to fuel save, or I can't tell. As we see,
I know there is a drop off in pace, but I kind of sort of think some of them, like you said, are definitely fuel saving, trying to stretch this tank of fuel as long as they can, and maybe taking a little note out of Ruben's books from the other week. with the big save that he did.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Martin was running up near the front, and he's just dropped way back. He's now 17 seconds off the lead, and I don't see any obvious damage to his car, so I've got to think it's some kind of strategy that he's doing. He's fuel saving, and
I tell you what, I people that know me, I'm not a Toyota man, but that Toyota of Lachlan's looks pretty good.
the Mitre 10.
Mitre 10 livery.
Oh, if I could see the wood trees, I'll select it and we'll have a look at it. The 42 Mitre 10 car.
I think he's part of the Mad Dog Motorsport, or I know I was talking to him before, and he said he's Mitre 10 Racing. So I'm just not 100% sure what team he's running with.
Yeah, I can't quite remember if it was Dog Box Racing, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Can't quite remember off the top of my head. Let me try something and see if it works, and will give us an answer. Dog Box Sim Sports. There we are.
Yep.
Yeah, there we are. So we've got the team information in this graphic here. So yeah, Dog Box Sim Sports.
I'll tell you what, Matt, that worked, okay? So, while we're sitting here and being very quiet and pretty static racing, I'll just give some useless information. So
It's trivia time.
Yeah, the banking on here is 17 to 20 degrees progressive. The front straight's got 9 to 11 degrees progressive, and the back straight's at 5 degrees. So it's not overly banked, but it's a nice little bank. Of course, look, Lachlan's in the wall, but its car has just fixed itself.
Have a bit of net code there, sort of thing.
Yeah. Where were we? Of course, the racing surface is asphalt. Race lap record was held by an Indy car, and do you know who, Matt?
Sorry, the what record?
The race lap record.
Race lap record at Kansas.
Yep.
So the fastest race lap speed. I'm going to say
Yep.
Scott Dixon.
Yes, with a 24.76. So that's on fire.
Yep. That's because he's a Kiwi, mate.
Yeah, that's it. So, just trying to see when the track was actually open.
As we see, Barry Neal here is eyeing up second position here, looking to try and put a move on Dyson.
Two orange cars together, never good.
What was the other trivia you got there, mate?
Ground was actually broken in 1999, and it opened in 2001. So it's only been racing here, what, 23 years now?
21, yeah.
21
years?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's I did see here capacity for the spectators is between 75 to 82,000 people.
It's pretty good.
Let's hope you don't have to stand in the queue to get a beer.
You probably won't get good cell phone reception.
No.
No,
Uh,
I hear a lot of complaints that some tracks over there don't have very good cell phone reception.
but that's just right throughout America. Depends on where you're at. Like I know like sometimes here you can be standing right next to a tower and you can't get reception.
I'll tell you one man who's moving his way up to the front now is the 88 of Hobson. Obviously, in the chase, I think he was third in points leading to this race. Been pretty quiet, been sort of down the field for most of this race, but yeah, he's quietly worked his way up now to 6th position. Really enjoying this long run. And yeah, I think we are going to probably see a green flag pit stop. And if we were told 50 laps on the tank, we're now seeing the leaders are sort of 42 laps into this run, and then a couple of laps on the caution as well. So probably another 10 laps or so. So lap 100-ish maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Just confirming that, Matt. Yeah, Brendan Hobson's tied third in the chase with Jason Martin.
Yeah, so he's had a bit of a. Let's have a look. Yeah, he started third. He's run as high as third and run as low as 14th.
So, fastest qualifying lap was set on October 3rd, 2014 by Kevin Harvick with a 27.3 at 197 miles an hour, which is 318 kilometres. And the fastest race lap time was set on April 22nd, 2012 by Danny Hamlin. Sorry, fastest race. 2 hours and 54 seconds.
Oh, nice. Well, we've been talking Trevor. We've had a few cars come in and take a pit stop. So Stephen Williams, Daniel Hedischeit, Jason Martin, Norman Clark, and Nigel Patton have all come in and taken pit stops. Yeah, we're seeing Jason here now is on his 6th lap of the stint. And in terms of lap time, he's a good 1.6, 1.7 seconds a lap faster than the leaders that time around. And Jamie Nankervis has come in for his pit stop.
Unfortunately for these guys, these guys will go a lap down until the leaders come in.
They'll be hoping it stays green from now on.
Mr. Burke's in.
Yeah, we're seeing sort of one by one cars pulling in and grabbing that pit stop. Trying to get the benefit of the undercut.
Jaden Russell will be in this lap.
He will be pitting from 4th position. Here he comes now. And these will be full pit stops as well, because they'll be getting enough fuel to go to the end, and tyres will be covered by the fuel as well. So we're sort of seeing 14, 15 second pit stops, and that indicates that it's most likely going to be tyres and fuel.
Yeah, definitely. On go the rights.
On the lefts. And we're seeing Barry Neal is now in the pit stop as well. Lachlan Urquio. Ryan Jones is still out there.
Foster's still out there. I'm just watching Ed for when he's going to come in the pits.
Yeah, he's just about to start his 50th lap on the stint.
So under caution, I reckon you probably save half a lap of fuel. So what we had 5 laps under caution that last one. So probably get 52.5 laps. So he'll be due in pit lane any time now.
I think so too, yeah.
Although we have been proven wrong before, Matt. We've been given information and yeah, we've been totally wrong.
Yeah, we rely on the drivers to tell us sort of what the rough estimate is that iRacing's saying what they're going to get on their fuel. Of course, every driver drives differently, and so that can make variations in that. But yeah, so our top 9 cars as they run at the moment all have not pitted. But I think we're about to see 2 more, Matty Ray and Ruben Phelps, I believe, going to probably pit now.
Yeah, Ruben's shown in pit lane. Or
Yep.
just come out again.
No, he's still getting a service
Yep.
there now. Matty Ray's still going around. But it looks like
coming in
he's
by the look of it.
coming in this lap now.
Yep.
So that leaves just our top 6 as Skurlock's in the pits as well. Hobson. So they are all sort of working their way in through the pits now. The leaders is 53 laps now into a stint, so we expect them to come in any lap now. Micklemore's in. Just keep an eye on Foster here.
He's in. I just heard over the radio. He's coming in. He's
Yeah,
ordered over the race radio.
Yep. He needs to communicate it to that the lap car pattern there behind him, just so that he doesn't get run over. So he's in. Let's see if Dyson's going to cover him. He is.
It'd be interesting to see if they do both take 4. Ooh.
A bit of a lock up there from Dyson. They'll definitely be taking 4. I think they will need to. Actually, in saying that though, no, they will. They probably won't need to fuel as much to get to the end because they're only looking at 30 laps. So we'll jump up here with Foster. Right sides. Left sides are up, so it looks like 4 tyres for Foster. Dyson's got right sides up. And left side's up for Dyson as well. So 4 new tyres and fuel there for these guys.
Got to be so careful here too. I've had the car turn around on me on fresh tyres coming out of pit lane, where you transition from your pit bay into the asphalt.
Yeah.
Don't want to get on the gas too hard.
No, that's for sure. Just see, sort of the orders are settling down here. Foster and Dyson have blended in. So the undercut has worked for Neal, Headshite, Burke, Russell. They're about 11 seconds to the good. And the question will be, in 28 laps, will Foster be able to chase Neal down and close that 11 seconds and get the lead?
The other thing too is if Foster can get to his teammate, is there any team orders or do they race?
I think Headshot won't make it difficult for him to get past. just have a look here as Dyson closes up on the back of Hobson here. So we're only looking 2 laps difference in tyres between Hobson and Dyson here, so this is pretty much a straight speed run. I think Barry Neal's sitting pretty good at the front there. He's only got, his laps are only 6 laps older than Foster's, so
And he's got a nice little lead. He's got a 1.7 second lead over second. So
yeah,
he's Wayne Burke. So yeah,
it's the 10 seconds to Foster that he's gonna have to work on or manage, and hope that that doesn't drop too quickly. I think Foster's gonna get Russell, and well, I think he's definitely gonna get his teammate Hedeshai and Burke. But the question is whether he's going to be able to get Jaden Russell or not. So Barry Neal.
the other thing though too, Matt, is they're coming up to lap cars. So you know they'll play a role in this too. They can either make it really easy or make it extremely hard for these leaders.
Yeah, if I was the leaders, I'd be screaming on the radio, telling them, that I want them on the low line. But I'm also sure that the lap cars won't want to have any impact on the result of the race, so they will probably make sure that they're on the low line as well, or call out us, the leader, if they have a preference where they want them.
Yeah, definitely. And that's just racing etiquette. Like you never want to get in the road of the leaders as a lap car, but unfortunately sometimes it does happen.
Yeah, it sure does. So I think Ryan Jones there in the 11 has had to take another pit. So yeah, he's on 8 lap tyres. He's put it there, and Jason Martin again he's dropping. Okay, he's down in 13th. I have to chase that up and find out during the week what sort of happened there, whether he's had some equipment issues or technical issues or something, because that's as I say, he was running pretty strong and then he's just dropped, so I'm not sure what's gone on there with him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Didn't he have some issues earlier on in the season with pedals? Who was that?
Nah, his teammate Hamish Gallagher had issues with pedals, almost cost him the Thunder Championship season 2, and then Neal Pearson, I believe, has had some issues. I'm not sure with pedals, maybe with pedals. I think I heard somewhere that Neal might have having to use the clutch pedal for
Okay.
either a brake pedal or accelerator or something. Yeah, some
Yeah.
unusual thing there, which is you get so used to a layout or setup and they have to change it. Even a small change can throw you off quite a bit.
And that wouldn't help if he's got to use that clutch pedal as a brake pedal and he's a right foot braker. That is a long way to go across from the brake to the
Yeah,
clutch.
I'm not sure if that. I mean, I did hear something about that. I'm not sure if it was Neal. I think it was Neal, but I heard something like that. I can't. Yeah, don't quote me on it.
Yeah, for me, see, I'm a left foot braker with go karts and the sprint cars. It's all left foot braking, so to me it wouldn't worry me if I had to use the clutch as a brake. But yeah, as I said, anyone that's a right foot braker has to learn to brake with your left foot or have a very long way across to the brake pedal.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Foster's catching his teammate, and Daniel's just stayed up high.
Yep. Oh, I thought there was going to be contact again there between the teammates. But good job there. Yep, Daniel didn't make it that hard. 19 laps to go at this kind of pace. I think Foster might be all right to get to the lead here. It's almost a second a lap quicker than the leader. So Could be right there.
his last flat lap was a 31.9, and Neal's was a second slower, a 32.8. So Foster is on the move.
Yeah, and here's Hobson again, battling with Micklemore for 7th and 8th position. Hobson's going to use the lap car to sort of trap Micklemore in there. That's perfect.
I'm just keeping an eye.
I didn't quite seal the deal on it though. And allowed Josh to get out and sort of give a bit of momentum. But yeah, Hobson's made the pass here.
And Foster is now up into third.
And he's about to go second as well, I believe. Yep, he's going to pass that 28 of Russell. Side by side. The outside line's got a little bit more momentum down the straight, but Foster's new tyres, fresher tyres, will help him sort of keep the speed up and grip on the low line, and he'll be able to clear Russell there for second position. And that sees him about 4.5 seconds behind Barry Neal on the lead.
So, where is Dyson? Dyson's in fifth.
Fifth position at the moment, yeah.
So, what is there? A 2-point gap or 1-point gap between the points?
That's right, yeah. Yep.
So that will, if the race checker come out now, so it'd close the points by.
It'll definitely close it up, yeah, because Foster will he may have led the most laps, so he could pick up a bonus point for leading the most laps. I don't know if
led a lap.
Yeah, I don't know if Dyson has led a lap, because you obviously get 1 bonus point for leading a lap, another bonus point for leading the most laps, and then there's 1 point between all the positions. So, yeah, it could be definitely a big swing around and really tighten it up the top there, which is fantastic. That's what we want to see.
And going into Bristol next week, I do believe it's Ed doesn't mind Bristol, so
no,
it could be a another nice little race for him next week.
Exactly, yeah, and it's definitely the right time of the season for him. He does have that ability to peak at the right end of the season, which is why he's won the last 2 championships. You know, like yeah, I don't want to say coasts through, but he definitely takes the first half of the season or the first 3 quarters of the season a bit easier, and then really can lift up and increase the speed for these last 10 races when you're going for the championship.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll just try and have a little bit of a look through the field now, just sort of see where the sort of gaps are. We'll go through everybody. So we've got Barry Neal in first, and Foster in second, closing up 2.7 seconds now. Jan Russell in third. Good strong run for him so far. Wayne Burke, who has just been passed by the orange car of Andrew Dyson, so Dyson moves up to 4th position there in the 41, and Wayne Burke in the 86 is sitting in 5th. Daniel Hedershire has dropped back down to 6th now. Of course, he's one of the first of the pit stoppers up here. Hobson in 7th, Micklemore in 8th. Good strong run early for Micklemore, but he's stuck down here now down the 8th position. And a good run for Darren Lobb as well in 9th place, and Skillock rounds out the top 10.
I tell you, Wayne Burke's not giving up on that 4th spot. He's coming back and having a run at Dyson, but Dyson's I think Dyson's just starting to pull away again now. So
yeah, it's those nearly 10 lap fresher tyres are sort of playing the part there. Just having a little look at the cars outside the top 10. Ruben Phelps in 11th, Jason Martin sitting there in 12th, Jamie Nankervis, another good run for him in 13th, Lockie in 14th, Ryan Jones in 15th, Matty Ray in 16th, Stephen Williams running in 17th, Nigel Patton in 18th, Norman Clark looks like he's parked the car in 19th, and Neil Pearson is sitting in the pits there as well.
it's really unfortunate for Neal. I feel so sorry for him. 2 weeks in a row, last week, as we said, the dropout, and then tonight, just an unfortunate thing with a lap car.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh, that's close. Oh, Russell was just skimming the waters.
Oof. Dyson and Russell racing pretty hard there, side by side. I think they're trying to side draft a bit there, slow each other down. Of course, if another caution comes out now, that will really throw a spanner in the works. I'm seeing most of everyone's pitted 3 times, which would mean they're probably out of tyres. Except for Barry Neal in the lead, who's sitting on 2 pit stops, so he would have a set of tyres up the sleeve, and he'd be the only one.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's with what six lap difference. Is it really going to make that big a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be hard because Neal, if he did pit, everybody else is probably staying out, so he's probably going to drop back down to the mid-teens, and yeah, he probably won't have enough laps to cut through the field and get back up.
Especially if it's a green-white checker, which on a 1.5, I wouldn't put it past things. Like tyres are starting to get old now. Like up by the time we get to the most of the field will be in 30 plus laps on their tyres.
Yeah, just keep an eye on this gap. It's sort of 2 seconds at the moment with 6 laps to go. I'll just keep an eye on the other action, but we'll keep the timing data up so we can sort of see if that gap between Neal and Foster sort of drops down below that 2 seconds.
And as just to say that, it's down to 1.8, 1.9.
It's bouncing around about that 2 seconds to 2.2. So Barry's obviously a little bit faster in some parts of the track. It's down to 1.8 now.
You've got to say though, unless a caution comes out, it's a hard one.
Yeah.
I've got to say it'd be the way they finish, but yeah, you just never know.
No. It's a good race, regardless of the result. It's a good run for Barry, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And even if he can't come away with the win, it's still a good run. He'll probably finish second. I know he had a good run earlier in the year and was looking pretty good, and then got collected in a unfortunate accident, I think, or something happened, so they took him out of the running.
Yeah, at the moment Barry's sitting down in 16th, with Stevie Dub still out there.
Jones and Urquio there. I think Urquio just got a little bit loose in front of Jones there. I know those two will be racing each other pretty hard. But if Neal wins, it's a non-chaser, a driver who's not in the chase in the top 10 that wins the race, it's great.
Yeah, definitely. It'll change. Won't change much at the top, but it'll change a little bit further down the field as Barry's sitting in 16th in the championship, so that'll move him up a few because there's a few guys here that are in front of him that aren't running tonight. So that'll be good for Barry.
Will be indeed. As I think we're down to 2 laps to go now. We're onto our final lap. So barring a major issue, I think Barry's probably going to have enough up his sleeve to bring it home here. As we're on the final lap. As he comes out of turn 4, and he's going to come across and Barry Neal is going to take the win. What a fantastic drive. And
That's a great drive for Barry.
It is indeed.
And he started 5th, so that's a great drive. Hard move of the race.
Hard charger.
Be Mr. Foster starting in 16th.
I've got somebody who's 15 positions up. Darren Lobb, I think.
Lobb, 24th he started, so and crossed the line in 9th. So well done there, Darren.
As you see Barry lighted up. Good to see a Kiwi get the win here as well. Denies.
What's the name of his team?
Aotearoa. Aotearoa Racing.
This is Jamie's teammate's not with him tonight, so
yeah, no. Paul's mentioned in the chat there that he unfortunately missed tonight because he got home late, which is unfortunate. As Barry blows the engine, so that's great. And of course Barry, he prevents Foster from taking the clean sweep for the week. So yeah, great job. Right, well, let's check out the results. Did you want to run through the results? Or you want me to run through them?
You can run through them, mate. I'll grab the drink.
Perfect. I think I need one soon in the moment too. So coming home in first place, Barry Neal, and in second, Ed Foster, Dyson in third, Jaden Russell in fourth, Brenton Hobson fifth, Wayne Burke sixth, Daniel Hedishart in seventh, Josh Micklemore eighth, Darren Lobb, good run, up 15 spots in ninth position, and Michael Skurlock rounding out the top 10. And in 11th is Ruben Phillips, and Jason Martin came home in 12th in the end. Jamie Canvas in 13th, Ryan Jones 14th, Lachlan Urquhart 15th, Matthew Raymond in 16th, Stephen Williams in 17th, Nigel Patton 18th, and the first of our retirements was Norman Clark in 19th, and Neil Pearson, unlucky night for him again, in 20th position. Dave Douglas coming home in 21st. Noddy Tompkins in 22nd, Tom Frere in 23rd, and Raymond Yeager in 24th.
Yeah, definitely. It's a shame again about the early retirements, but it happens. So yeah, we've got a few people up here, in the green room. Just bear with me, Matt, and I'll be right back for a minute.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just getting ourselves ready here. I think Mark's just grabbing up our drivers for our interviews.
I've just been able to grab hold of Neal Pearson. Neal, not a night to go home with. Very unlucky there.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, especially after last week's internet dropping out. So 2 weeks in a row means my championship pretty much over.
Yeah, well, we were just saying that before. So the role for you now is support your teammate for the chase win and give him a push where you can.
Pretty much just go out there and cause havoc and not hit anyone by this havoc. Just get as good a results as I can and help Dyson out and keep the others behind us.
Yeah, look, I know you'll keep running, but I guess now with, as you said, 2 bad weeks, your focus turns to the rest of the season, but you start to think about next season maybe. Any plans? You'll be back next year, obviously, for a full-on chase again?
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, I want to do it. I mean, I really enjoy racing NASCAR, and you guys, and a lot of the Australian dudes. It's different to running against the Americans, so you just run closer, and like everyone, it's just I don't know, it's a bit more fun, I guess. Also, I'm closer to the top than I am against the Americans, which is also better.
Yeah. Well, mate, unfortunately tonight and last week, we'll let you go. Just a shout out to your sponsors for a season long backing.
I'll let Dyson do that when he comes in, but I just want to say, Tom Freer did apologise to me, and I do appreciate that he did. It wasn't intentional, so I'm still pissed off, but at least he's apologised and he knows he has messed up.
Yeah, no worries, mate. All right. Well, thanks for that, and we'll hopefully we can talk to you in a winners circle sometime in the chase, and maybe take some points and stir things up that way.
That's it.
All right, mate. Thanks very much.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Well, Matt, there you go. Not happy, but happy.
Yeah, as happy as one can be in that situation, unfortunately. But yeah, as I said, his chase hopes have definitely taken a big hit. 2 bad races in a row is not helpful at all.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for him, and it sees his chase over. But joining us now in the booth is one Mr. Andrew Dyson. Congratulations on 3rd place tonight, mate.
Hey guys, thanks for that. Good race tonight. Mixed up strats and all the rest of it again, same as last week, so that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. We were just looking at the times at that last stint, and you just weren't able to catch Ed and Barry. Just maybe should have done things differently, or could you have done things differently?
Yes, certainly. I mean, I could have gone and done the Barry strat, which is high risk, but I'm not in the game of high risk at the moment. Just want to finish races and have consistent finishes. So decided to fly around Ed. It meant I wasn't going to, ever have any sort of advantage on him by pitting early or trying to overcut. I just thought I'd go the same time as him and see what happens. I didn't have great pace tonight. It's not my favourite track. I think I made the most of it. Had some pretty tough battles throughout the race. Had a bit of an average one with Jaden, which was my fault. I went washed up into him, so that's probably the only low light of the night. So if the first X goes to me, and I'll wear it happily when it comes to running into other cars in the chase. But yeah,
Well,
it's not what I want to do, but not what I want to do. But
yeah,
other than that, it was all pretty cool.
You never really want to get into anyone unless at any time, really, especially with these new tire models and crash model. It doesn't take much to do damage to your car.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The thing I was most afraid of was touch on wheels, and normally when that happens, cars go flying. So, and you can break suspension pretty easily. So that's not ideal, but I'll cop that one, sweet. And yeah, hopefully we can just keep cruising on, keeping it clean, and just finish some races.
Yeah, definitely. Bristol next week, mate. Hate or like?
Bristol, man, I don't think I've ever had a good race at Bristol. So again, this race of survival. But with the way that track is and the way wrecks can happen, and having not driven these cars at that track at all, I don't think so far. Who knows what could happen? It could be carnage. I'm fingers crossed it doesn't happen. But personally, to answer your question, not a massive fan of it. No.
Yeah, Bristol seems to be a super speedway, but on a miniature scale, because you just never know your luck there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's a bit of brake pedal involved. That's the only difference, really, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, nice way to continue on with the chase, another podium. Before we let you go, shout out to your sponsors and supporters.
Oh, just massive shout out to all you guys for putting on the league every week and putting on the broadcast. Of course, that's what makes it pretty cool and interesting and gets our friends watching in the first place. So thank you guys for that. And cheers to all the drivers for rolling up. Thanks to Simix.com, Southwell Lifts and Hoist, Max Mechanical, Phoenix Smokers, MP Designs. Shout out 24/7 Sim Services for getting behind the league all year. Appreciate that. And look forward to next week, I guess. We'll see if we can survive.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations on 3rd, mate, and congratulations on a great start to the chase. Let's hope it keeps going for you. And we'll see you next week at Bristol.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, man. Not holding my breath. Anything can happen in these races, but we'll keep trucking on.
All right, mate. Thanks very much, and congratulations again.
Thanks, mate.
Well, Matt, a happy but not so happy person. Just happy to survive the race again tonight.
Indeed, yeah. And interesting to hear, very smart strategy, just covering Ed Foster off, He, as he said himself, not one of his stronger tracks, so kind of maximise as much points as you can and sort of get out of here and yeah, very interesting to see and hear that he was aware of that, and he was basically just going to do the same pit at the same time Foster did and cover him off and stick with him. So yeah, very interesting.
Yep. Speaking of Mr. Foster, we're joined now live in the booth with by second place skater, Mr. Ed Foster. Congratulations, mate, on the second. I know you would have probably liked that top podium step, but second's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to get the bonus points for the win, but Neal's not in the chase, so I don't need to worry too much about that. But yeah, I would have liked to grab that one, led a lot of the race, and sort of thought that I was going to be able to come back, but I'm not sure if the track rubbered in at the end or I just kind of, I was pushing flat out, and it was just, I can understand why the guys behind me fell off earlier on, is because like when you get in that aero wash, like when I caught up to Matty Ray, he was like sort of run the same line that I was. And as soon as I got within about half a second of him, my front end just totally went away. And I was trying to sort of get up to him to be able to pass him, and he was kind of just hanging there. So, completely killed my right front. That was all she wrote, unfortunately. Barry was able to run the clean air. I got a bit of dirty air, and that was the difference.
Yeah, I was talking to some guys before the race started in practice and qualifying, and they said it was that right front that was really going to be a problem. Not so much the wear, but heat. Is that what you found? With it was more so heat than the wear.
In clean air, there was no problem. Like car was perfectly balanced, so it wasn't really sort of the right front or the right rear or anything else. In clean air, the car was great, even on 2 tyres, as you saw. So
yeah, well, I was going to ask about that. We seen you. We thought we seen you do that last week, but it turned out that it was an iRacing mix-up. So the 2 tyres kind of sort of worked tonight for you.
I mean that should have been pretty obvious, I think. Was driving away out the front. It was good in the clean air. In the clean air, it was great. If I kind of filled in behind somebody else, I don't think it would have been so good. But I just needed to get out of the traffic. I was struggling back there. It's kind of hard to make passes after, you get tired. Your tyres get a few laps on them, as it was last night in the Thunder cars. So yeah, look, it was one of those things where I needed to get the clean air, and thankfully I had it for quite a while, and it worked beautifully when I had it. But later on, obviously not so much the case.
Yeah, definitely. We were watching the times, and you were good in some sections of the track, and then as you said, Barry was able to just keep that nice second to 2 second gap. So unfortunately, you just couldn't get to him. And as you said, Ed, he's not in the chase, but it's good to see other guys get up and get a win in the chase rounds.
Yeah, I suppose it's good for him.
All right, Bristol next week, mate. Looking forward to it.
I really like Bristol. A lot of people don't like it, but I really like Bristol. I'm actually quite fortunate in that a lot of the chase tracks are tracks that I do like. I mean, this is probably my best track, Kansas. It's always real good to us. We've got Vegas coming up later on, which I normally go okay at as well. But yeah, Bristol can be good. So yes, I am looking forward to it. Should be great. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens there.
Definitely, mate. Well, before we let you go, shout out to your sponsors and supporters, mate, for supporting you all year.
So AJD and Fully Flawed, team sponsors first of all. Obviously, congrats to Barry for the win, and congrats to everyone. Really, the race had a couple of moments, but for the most part, it was really, really good. And thanks everyone for turning out, and congrats to Daniel for another strong run. Good points for him, and I guess we just truck on to Bristol now and see how it all turns out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully we're talking to you again next week, Ed. And thanks for your time tonight, and congratulations on second place.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, there you go. You've heard it from the man's mouth himself. He enjoys Bristol. So we'll have to wait and see what story is written next week, Matt.
We will indeed, yeah. I think he's sounded a little bit deflated. He was obviously, I don't think he was going to make that big deal of it, but getting the sweep for the week, getting the 3 races would have been a big achievement for him. So unfortunately, he Barry kind of out strategized him. So yeah. But, good solid run for his chase though. So that's big turn picture, big picture is good for him.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of the Barry Neal, the pilot of the 2022 car, we're joined now. Congratulations, Barry, on a race win tonight.
Yeah, no, thanks, Mark. It was good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, definitely, mate. You seem like you solved your issue with tyre conservation. Great run there in all 3 stints for you.
Yeah, I thought I was stuffed there, and that when I was me and Wayne, I think was someone didn't pit on that first yellow, and everyone else did. I thought I was going to be in trouble then, but yeah, that second yellow brought me back into play, and I was able to do my race. I'm kind of lucky in the sense that I can't run that top line. I can't do it. So I just practice running, your normal kind of line, and that helps me a lot because I don't get caught up in other people in the aero wash and all of those things. So no, it works really well for me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you didn't. We've spoken a lot, and you're the first one to say you don't like to save tires, or you can't save tires. But you've really turned the corner there. Like you had some nice long runs there tonight. That first stint, yeah, okay, you got out there in the front, but you dropped back. But you were able to stay in that mid pack, and really that second caution when you come in was able to drive back through the field.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I was didn't like tire conserving. I don't know. I kind of pride myself on being able to save tires actually, but um yeah, no, I think the thing with that running low is that you have to be really careful with your tires, and because it's really easy to overheat them and very quickly end up in the wall, even running that low line. So no, it was good. And that definitely, I was so lucky with that yellow. I kind of, so I've still got a set of tires actually if anyone wants them.
Yeah, we were saying that you were in the had that ace up your sleeve. So if you would have been the only one that would have been able to come in and take tyres, if there was a stop at the end towards the end where you could have made use of them. So that was well done by you.
Yeah, I was thinking that one. I was thinking, I hope I win without actually having to use those ones because I'd hate to like kind of be the only one on new tires, and it would have been, especially if people had been running 20 or 30 laps and I had brand new tires, I would have would have been really quick, which would
Yeah,
have been fun. But it's kind of nice to be able to go actually, from that yellow onwards, I was able to do the job.
yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations again, mate. A shout out to your sponsors and supporters before we let you go.
Yeah, cool. Thanks to Aotearoa Racing, MRX Race Sims. And actually, I want to dedicate this one to my brother who actually died during the week.
Oh, mate, that's not good. Sorry for your loss there.
Yeah, no, thanks.
All right, mate, on the Bristol next week. So let's hope we can have a chat to you again next week, and you take some more points off these chase guys.
Yeah. I won't. I'll actually be travelling to Australia because my brother lived in Australia for his memorial service, so I won't be racing next week. But I would have loved to have.
Yeah, definitely. We might see if we can try and organise something there for your brother, if time permits, mate, to give a shout out to him, mate.
Cool, that'd be good.
All right, mate. Congratulations on the race win, and we'll see you in a fortnight then. And safe travels over here to Australia.
Yeah. Thanks. See you later.
See you, Matt. Well, there you go, Matt. One happy person, but also a sad time for him. It's a shame we're going to be missing him next week because I know he also likes Bristol. So, yeah, unfortunate that we will be missing him, but it's definitely turned the chase up on points.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, keeps those win bonus points out of the hands of chasers, which is great to see. Really helps mix it up and adds to the intrigue and then the excitement for it. So yeah, great to see that. And yeah, terrible loss there for him and Nurse. So yeah, great for him to get the win and yeah, make a little bit of brightness in his week after what sounds like a pretty tough week. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's about all we've got for you tonight. Next week, we're the trucks on Monday night for ANZCAR. Then the Thunder Series there at Bristol also, are they, Matt?
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday night we'll Thunder Series. We will be at Bristol for 150 laps in the Thunder Series on Wednesday night, and that will be broadcast here on our YouTube and Facebook page as well.
Yeah,
And
Performance streaming.
That's right. And then next Thursday, round 3 of the Chase Cup Series, 200 laps around Bristol. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be good fun.
Yeah, let's hope we've got Carl back next week so we can have a break and he can do all the talking.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, that's it. Thanks for your time tuning in with us tonight. I seem to be able to keep breaking those door locks off the broadcast booth, and I hope I can bring some more insight to you, and hopefully I can come back next week and talk you through Bristol. So from myself and Mr. Matt Hunter, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all again next week for the 200 lapper at Bristol.